Hello there, and welcome back to another exciting episode of The Tale of Zelos. This is episode 6. I'm Bad Reactor, and we're on our way back to Darkshore to continue questing. We're on the boat leaving Menethil Harbor. It's picking up speed, and pretty soon we will cross the sea. Just waiting for that loading screen. Alright. And it's raining in Darkshore.
I don't have a target.
As we come into the bay, we can see an anchor half sticking out of the water among some shipwrecks and rocks. And we're pulling up to the obnoxiously long dock right now. Once again, the dock is shaped like a giant cross. The boat to Menethil Harbor on the south side. Nothing on the west side. The boat to Teldrassil on the north side. And Aberdeen to the east side. And we're gonna just run down through the pouring rain under all the structures they've built on the bridge. It's just periodic sections of like large wooden archways with roofs over them with hanging glowing lanterns. You can hear the songs of the wisps as you enter the town. You make your way out of the rain and into the inn. Okay, and once again the inn is nice and crowded, lots of people here. And let's see what we still got to do today. I have a fishing quest still. I won't do that on stream because fishing is boring and it would be very time consuming to sit there and fish and describe every cast. I do need 4 more crab chunks on Zelos. So, I guess we'll head to the south and try to knock those out. Hopefully. So we're running down the beach, south, passing all the dead crabs that other people have killed. Come upon a catapult, half buried in the sand, fallen apart. It's full of arrows. A few mine carts. I don't think there's a mine anywhere near here. And off in the distance we can see the first beach sea creature that we had a quest to retrieve or investigate. Surrounded by a couple of murlocs. We're gonna just avoid those. They're 5 levels lower than us, but don't want to be bothered with the hassle. Real quick, I'm gonna get some buffs up. Because in case I do have to fight anything, it'd be good to... Actually, I'm going to make myself some food and water for my mage, too. Actually, no, just water. I don't need food. Alright, and we're looking for reef crawlers, right? Yeah, reef crawlers. So these can be found either south of Aberdeen or way north of Aberdeen. They're like level 16. So basically Aberdeen starts off, or Darkshore starts off with lower levels in the center of the zone, and then as you get to the outskirts, north and south, the levels go up. So as you go through the zone, you have to start running more and more and more because you're going to be going back and forth once you get to the higher levels. It just takes a lot of time. But it's fun. Lots of fun. Alright, and we see a beach turtle. And we're still at the young reef crawler crabs, so we're just gonna splash and swim through this little cove inlet. And here's some tide crawlers, but they're not encrusted tide crawlers, so we don't need them. And we're just gonna keep going south. Passing a fallen log in the middle of the beach between two large sand dunes. Man, the rain's really pouring around us. Another couple of half-buried broken mine carts. I'm pretty sure the reef crawlers are down here. Like 90% sure. Alright, and we've got some more animal remains with more murlocs walking around. A wheelbarrow next to the remains for whatever reason. I don't know if murlocs use wheelbarrows. We're gonna run off the beach a little bit, crossing over the some grass by a tree, and we've found some reef crawlers. So we're just gonna kill some reef crawlers and hopefully get the last 2 chunks I need. And we continue south, and off in the distance we can see a level 22 druid. He might be on the wanted quest that we've got for Murkdeep, and I forgot to turn on free-for-all. So far, every day I've grouped these characters together, I've always forgotten to turn on free-for-all loot.
It's too far away. I can't make that yet.
Alright.
I need to get closer. That's still recharging.
And we engaged another reef crawler, and earlier today on my lunch break I went to Stormwind, or no, I went to Ironforge. My new home is Ironforge, and I trained up all my spells, spent all my hard-earned gold. I had like roughly 5 gold between my 2 characters. It's all gone. That's a lie. I've still got about 2 gold between them.
I'm out of range.
And yeah, now I just need a new weapon for Zelos, because this weapon was great at level, 7 or whatever when someone gave it to me, but I've been using it for 10 levels, so it's time for a modest upgrade. I should probably take him over to the dead mines later. We're just gonna keep killing reef crawlers in the pouring rain. Off the distance we can see another beach sea creature. That might be the one where murlocs killed me last time. I get some fine crab chunks. That's number 5 for me. I'm gonna heal myself a little bit and let Bad Reactor get some mana, because we're gonna start taking on some level 20 crabs. Okay, and I need to rebuff. And here we go. Taking on the big boys now. We engage the encrusted tide crawler. Zelos slams it with the axe and holy energy. And it goes down.
I need to get closer. It's too far away.
We engage another one. It's only level 18 this time. Slap it with the axe. And we get our final crab chunks. And Zelos spies a copper vein up on this hillside. So we're just gonna grab that. I have a wanted quest for Murkdeep. Where? South of the Murloc huts. That's where that druid was, but I didn't see Murkdeep. Is this the one where I have to just kill Murlocs until he appears? Protecting the huts. Yeah, he's... So we're gonna head back north. Up. Oh, there's a bookshelf. Running north up the beach, again, we see a bookshelf. Half buried. A book. Glass bottles, some ship debris. There's just a lot of ship debris in Darkshore. Here we come across a broken down cart with the bones of 2 horses? The skulls look a little big to be horses. But, yeah, 2 horses and a yoke. And that druid had just killed Murkdeep, so we're gonna wait for it to respawn. Wait for some Murlocs to respawn so we can go hunting. Turn my action bars back on. Even though we're standing in the pouring rain, this small trio of Murloc huts still has burning torches next to each of them and a full bonfire in the middle. You'd think the rain would have put some of that out, but no. And we're just sitting here in the rain waiting for this respawn. Very exciting. Well, there's a hunter who's been running around, but they're running away, so I guess I won't whisper them. And we're just gonna top off her buffs, because you always gotta be prepared when you're coming up against Murlocs. Especially the treacherous Murkdeep.
I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still that spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
And this is why there's a group quest, because they just keep spawning.
That spell isn't ready. I can't cast it. That's still recharging.
Alright, Murloc Coast Runners go down. And we've got a few more Murlocs coming. Oh, we're in a real pickle here. Nope. Oh, I did it! And now we're gonna run away. Because that one's still throwing spears at us. Actually, no. I'm gonna take that one out. Away from all the other ones. Teach it a lesson. Throwing spears at us. The Grey Mist Hunter goes down! We've completed Murkdeep. That evil, evil Murloc scum. And we're gonna loot the pile of Murlocs that have accumulated. It's been a while since I did that one. I forgot how that quest worked. And we're just gonna sit off to the side, drink some water, wait for our health to go back up, because that was a tough battle. Feeling rejuvenated, Zelos checks his quest to see what we have to do next. The Den Mother. Oh, something's slowing down my computer. One moment, technical difficulties. Do I have any idea why my whole computer just lagged? I don't. I thought it might have just been Warcraft, but clearly that was an experience. Okay, well then, the Den Mother. Cave northeast near Bashal Aran. And we've got the Blackwood Corrupted, which is also up east, or up northeast. Alright, so what we're going to do on our way up north is we're going to collect 5 Moonstalker pelts. We just gotta find the Moonstalkers. Is it specific ones? Moonstalker, Sire, or Matriarch? Near the Wild Bend River, which we're right near. It is literally to the east of us. That's east, northeast, kinda. So we're heading there, walking through some giant trees, approaching the Wild Bend River. We've got some forest riders walking around, some rabid thistle bears, and we're gonna approach the road, and we're at the bridge by the river. And I didn't see any Moonstalkers here on our way here, so I'm gonna cross the river and head around the Grove of the Ancients. We're on the prowl. Just following the river. And, oh, we're gonna pick up this escort quest from Carlonian Evershade before someone else grabs it. I was on my way to Maestra's post to meet Lilladris Moonriver, but I decided to stop here and take a short nap. Ever since I awoke from the Emerald Dream, I have been so sleepy. Would you mind showing me the way? I understand that Maestra's post is south of here along the road in Ashenvale. It can be dangerous, so I hope you have some friends that will join us. Lastly, I may fall asleep, so if you ever need to wake me, please use my horn. You'll find it in the chest here.
The sleeper has awakened.
So we're gonna grab this chest with the horn in it.
Forward.
And I only need one. And we're gonna escort him out of the Grove of the Ancients, heading back east to the road underneath the half-fallen over entryway with the large columns and intricate stonework. And we've reached the road, and we start going south. Now, this is one of the most memorable escort quests in the game, because, like he said, he may fall asleep. And by may fall asleep, he falls asleep like 4 or 5 times. Yep, and here he goes, yawning, walking to the side of the road, and Zelos pulls the horn out of his bag, and it sounds like a foghorn.
I'd rather be hibernating.
Clearly he's having a bad time. This escort quest is bad news bears. Get it, because he's a druid. When we pass our good buddy Grimclaw, the white polar bear, the only polar bear in... I think the only polar bear... Well, at least here in Darkshore. I've almost forgot Winter Spring is on Kalimdor too. I'm pretty sure there are bears in Winter Spring. I'm just waiting for him. I know he's gonna... That's the danger of this quest. If he stops... If you're running and he stops and goes to sleep, if you get too far away from him, you'll fail the escort quest. So you really gotta keep an eye on him. And we make our way down past the Master's Glaive, and he says, "Be on the alert. The Blackwood Furbolgs are numerous in this area." And the Furbolgs ambush us. Shamans. And the Furbolgs killed him. Well, that blows. Well, we have 2 options. We can either give up on doing this escort quest right now. This is a level 20 escort quest. Okay, so we're just gonna keep that in the back of our minds. And we're going to head back up the road north in the rain along the stone and grass pathway illuminated by the glowing lamps. You can see a hunter fighting a forest rider off to the right. Another hunter running down the road south. And when we pass our friend Grimclaw again. And we're gonna head off the road on the east to find those Moonstalker sires and matriarchs now. Because hopefully we are near the there's one. We're near the area with the stronger animals. We begin attacking the Moonstalker sire. It goes down. And we move on to find another one. We spy another one through the trees on the east, prowling through the tall purple grass. He is no match for our fire and holy combinations. We spy another one climbing up the cliff to the south. We stealthily approach it. We hit it with a fireball. Zelos judges it with holy magic. And with a few swings and spells, it goes down. And the first fine pelt. Even though we literally threw fire at the Moonstalker, the pelt is fine and intact. And we're gonna head west, back toward the road. Hopefully finding another one. Maybe have to go on the other side of the road. Crossing the road and up the hill on the other side. Stopping to skin a bear. Because that leather. You need that leather. And we see another Moonstalker sire. Zelos rebuffs both Bad Reactor and himself. Bad Reactor gets Blessing of Wisdom, which increases his mana regeneration. And Zelos gets Blessing of Might, which increases his melee attack power. As we cut through the trees, we're spotted by a grizzled thistle bear. He puts up a tough fight, but ends up falling. He was carrying a dagger of agility for some reason. I don't know why a bear has a dagger. But you don't want to be stabbed in the back by a bear. We're just gonna clear out as many of these things as possible because they're just gonna keep coming at us. And we've got bears tag teaming us from all directions. And with that second bear down, Bad Reactor needs to take a drink. Both the character and me. And with our mana back up, we continue back towards the beach, keeping our eye out for those Moonstalkers that we desperately need. Although it's really hard to see too far in the pouring rain. We're gonna take a dip south a little bit. And in the distance we can see a glow in the air as we enter the Master's Glaive. In the Master's Glaive, there are some Twilight thugs And in the middle of the glaive, you see what appears to be a giant statue of something coming out of the ground. It looks like the tops of a few tentacles. And in the middle, it looks almost like a giant ammonite, a spiral shell. But the glowing is coming from a crack in its head where a giant sword is protruding out of its skull. With the Twilight disciples and thugs around it, you figure it's probably not, probably wasn't a friendly beast. So we're just gonna walk away from that. There's an escort quest there somewhere, I believe. But we're going to ignore it for now because I didn't see it up. There's also a quest over here, but that's also level 20. We're gonna head back east toward the beach. Then we're gonna turn north a little bit. Darting in between the trees, past a diseased fawn, and next to a tree we spot a Moonstalker sire. It dodges a swing from Zelos. It drops a small furry paw. Not what we came here for. I've heard of rabbit's feet, but tiger feet, or panther feet, or stalker feet, yeah. And we're just gonna head back to the east a little bit. Going through the trees, we see some a few bears coming out from between the bushes. They're in our way, so we're gonna take them out for that sweet, sweet experience. And we're gonna continue northeast a little bit, keeping our eyes peeled, staying alert, because another bear, a Moonstalker. Oh, is it? It's just a regular Moonstalker. Darn. So we've gone a little too far north. So we're gonna take a turn back south. And a bear comes out from between the trees. This is just what we were looking to avoid. It knocks Zelos down with a mighty swipe. Zelos pops back up and continues channeling holy energy into his axe. And as he loots the bear, he's run out of bag space. He turns to Bad Reactor and gives him a bunch of his stuff. Mostly junk. Zelos skins the grizzled thistle bear, and we resume our trip, darting through the trees southward through the rain. At this point we're drenched. Someone else is apparently here killing the Moonstalker sires. I think that their range extends to the bottom of the zone, so we're going to go all the way to the bottom of Darkshore. Yes, someone else is definitely here also doing the quest, which is not surprising because Classic has only been out for a week. And a day, technically. Zelos skins the Moonstalker Sire in the middle of the road and follows the road south, passing the Master's Glaive on his right side and turning slightly west, ever so slightly. Ignoring the giant forest rider and the sickly deer glowing with green, bubbly, toxic energy, ribs showing, clearly not in good health. And we see next to a tree, sitting calmly, a Moonstalker matriarch, accompanied by a Moonstalker runt. Both creatures attacking Zelos. Zelos goes in for the heal. Oh, and he gets healed. That was mostly bad positioning by me. We get our second fine Moonstalker pelt from the matriarch. And the runts count as pets in the game, so I can't loot or skin them.
It's too far away.
And here we go, heading back toward another Moonstalker matriarch out in the distance.
I'm out of range.
It calls its cub with it. And we're gonna dispatch the matriarch and move on to the runt. The runt tries to run.
It's too far away. I need a target.
It collapses behind a tree, motionless. We head back over to the mother. But we only get a small furry paw. We skin her. Because that's what you do. You skin the mother. And we're going to continue a little bit to the south. And in the distance we can see a large marble structure. Huge. Definitely Night Elf in origin. You can just imagine what locations like Bashalaran, Amatharan, the Grove of the Ancients used to look like just by seeing this structure. Tall white pillars with hints of moss growing on them. A roof that looks like it used to cover the whole thing, but pieces of it have broken off over time. The structure is clearly thousands of years old. On the front, a broken archway with detailed engravings. But it's just, it doesn't lead anywhere. It's just part of the facade of the central pillar. Off to the side, you see a smaller structure. Stairs. A few broken columns. We head around, and we can see some bright purple trees as we're right on the border of Ashenvale Forest. Like, right there. It's actually the unmarked road to Ashenvale on the map. There's 2 ways to get to Ashenvale. Well, 3 if you go around the coast. But this is the the normal pathway. But we're not ready to go to Ashenvale. We've got at least another 2 levels first. So we're going to keep heading northwest now. We're surrounded by tall, well, giant forest riders. They're docile creatures, so they don't mind us too much. We can just walk right past them. In the distance, we see a Moonstalker runt, a clear sign that a matriarch can't be far away. We engage it. We see the matriarch running from about 50 yards away. We take the runt out. The matriarch is angry. She's not enraged, though. She goes down after a few hits, and we have our third Moonstalker pelt. We skin her, and we continue northwest, looking for another one. We spy one in the distance. We decide to do the same thing again, taking out the runt first. The matriarch keeps batting at Zelos with her giant claws, letting out the occasional roar now and then. She focuses her attention on Bad Reactor, but not before he can get off another fireball. She goes down and is skinned for her pelt, her leather. Her, well, both of them would be skin. We continue north. We see Rem Travel's expedition. Oh, I got turned around weird there. Rem Travel's expedition right to the northeast. We're just going to run past that, back towards the Master's Glaive, and start heading south a little bit again. In the distance, we see another Moonstalker matriarch and her runt. We head through the bushes along a tree and hit her with a fireball. It's an intense battle. The matriarch dodges, but she finally succumbs. The runt's putting up a hard fight, but also succumbs. And with that, Zelos loots his fifth and final pelt. However, our work here is not done, as Bad Reactor still needs his 5 pelts. We find a Moonstalker sire in a clearing. We engage it in battle. Channeling, frost, fire, holy, all at once. Heck, we'll even throw in an arcane explosion to finish it off. Bad Reactor's body erupted in purple, crackling arcane energy. And the sire fell. But now, my mage friend needs to drink. And drink he shall. And with our health and mana back up to full, we proceed again, heading east once more, back toward the main road, keeping our eyes peeled through the still thick rain. Gotta love that weather. Passing a rabbit hiding in the grass, and we find the side road, and we actually encounter it almost where it meets up with the main road, and we're gonna go across it to the east, and through the bushes we can see a few torches and another Moonstalker matriarch. The torches signal that there is a Furbolg camp nearby. Or no. Yes. No, those torches lead up to someone else. I'm pretty sure. Matriarch and the runts go down. And Bad Reactor gets his first Moonstalker pelt.
I don't have a target.
And we're gonna follow those torches. Just up a little treaded path. We do see a Blackwood Totemic Furbolg. So they are around. In fact, I believe they're directly north of us and also up the path. I will explore a little bit. And on the top of the hill is a copper vein. Zelos starts mining it, and from here he can see that there are Blackwood trackers, more Furbolgs running around through the hills. Zelos jumps down the hills and pursues them into a little nook in the east, where he can see Sentinel Ainasha. I'm pretty sure that is a quest. I'll have to come back for that. It's probably level 20 since we're at the bottom of the zone. We make our way southwest and find another Moonstalker Matriarch. We engage it, and her runt joins the fray. The Matriarch goes down. And the runt tries to run, but isn't fast enough. Bad Reactor gets his second Moonstalker pelt. And here in the well, right here, I can't even say in the distance, we're literally at the zone border. We can see where Darkshore meets Ashenvale. In the distance, we can see a stark contrast. Bright green and purple trees. We can see through the rain. The grass, untainted, instead of being brown and green and purple, is green and lush. Hints of purple, but a nice, smoother color palette. We can see a few large tree trunks in the distance with vines hanging off of them. But, like I said before, we're not ready to go there yet. So we turn around and head north, passing a graveyard that is positioned right next to the road. And we head north through the trees and bushes. Keeping our eyes peeled, we've made our way back to the torches. And in the distance, we see another Moonstalker Matriarch. Zelos begins to channel holy energy into his axe and starts taking out her runt, which was slightly closer. With the runt gone, Matriarch will go down easy. And she does. She drops a small furry paw and Bad Reactor's third pelt. Usually it's the other way around. Usually I'll get all the items on Zelos quick, and then Bad Reactor will take 3 times as long. Here it's actually Zelos took a while to get all his, and then everyone is dropping for Bad Reactor right away. We head north some more avoiding the Furbolg camp to the east, where we can see a bonfire in the center, a few logs positioned like benches, and a cage. Don't want to go any closer because they're level 18s and they will attack in a group. So we're just gonna continue north a little bit. We can see a bear roaming. We don't want to be fighting extra stuff. We head northeast, passing the Furbolg camp. And in the distance, we see another small trail with a few torches leading up to a cave. We don't need to go in the cave yet. Don't have that quest. It's the Blackwood Den. So we're going to continue north and hopefully find some... No, we've reached the river. No, we haven't. We've reached a pond. The bear goes down. And we're going to continue north, keeping our eyes peeled. We see plenty of bears, some forest striders, but no moonstalkers in sight. We have reached the Grove of the Ancients again. Here at the far eastern side, next to the Wild Bend River. And here we see Curlonian's chest, but no Curlonian. And we're gonna stop at this vendor here because we need to clean out our bags for Rizzle. And with that, it's been almost an hour, so we're going to end here. I will get my other 2 pelts at a later time. But anyway, you're watching The Tale of Zelos, my WoW Classic stream. I'm Bad Reactor, and I hope you've enjoyed my audio description of Darkshore today. We will continue again tomorrow, and spread the word if you know anyone who's blind or visually impaired. I'm doing this in hopes that we can spread the World of Warcraft, the original experience, to people who may not have been able to access it, may still not be able to access it. At least the story and the visual aspect of the world, because it is a very vibrant place. There's a lot of interesting quirks, and it's a fun time, and I just want to get it to as many people as possible. So thank you for joining me. If you like this, follow, subscribe. I'm also on YouTube. Name there is also Bad Reactor. And until tomorrow, take it easy.